jump on board. Let us know you want to sponsor us because it'll be the greatest decision of your life.
Yeah, Steve-O, Coach H, what's going on?
Listen, man, it's another great day, another great debate that we're going to have. Now, one of these things that when I listen to, whether it's sports radio, watch it on different sports channels, the debate is, will the greats such as MJ, Kobe, etc., how would they fare in today's game with athleticism, the height, and everything else that is constantly being debated? I said we start right away with Michael Jordan. How would MJ handle today's NBA?
Oh, easy, man. He's hey, I'm going to say this to all you watching. Michael Jordan is easily going to score at least 50 points per game in today's NBA. And the reason for that is because there's less physicality.
Right.
And if you say, but athletes these days are more athletic and all that stuff. But don't forget, MJ was ahead of his time. And I'm sure he would have adapted to the game today. So for me, I would probably say MJ, the Kobe's, even Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, if they were playing in the 2020s, they would have adapted because of technology, though.
Interesting.
So that's my take on it. Because athletes perform depending on the stimulus they have.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think the biggest difference is that when Jordan played, right, he's playing against Craig Elo. Does anybody remember Craig Elo? No, I remember Craig because he was a really good player.
The guy who shut up.
Yep. We're talking about small Jeff Hornacek, great quality guards. Now, these are all great guards. But these guys, were 6'2", 6'3". Yeah. Right now, Jordan, listen, I agree with you. He would definitely score a lot of points.
Yeah.
But it would be harder. It isn't physicality, but it's now the length, right? The NBA is all about the length and how they're going to disrupt Michael Jordan with those shots with it.
Well, if you're talking about, is Michael going to have a hard time scoring? He probably is, because we get longer, more athletic guys. But Mike is Mike. You've seen his game. Fade away. Who's going to stop it fade away?
No,
and a lot of people criticize Mike. Oh, he can't shoot threes.
Right.
He doesn't take a lot of threes back in the day. And the thing is, he said something like, well, I don't have to take a lot of threes because my game is going into the hole straight. You got to penetrate it. So, I'm going to stick with what I said, that he's going to score 50 points a game, 45, 40 in today's NBA.
He said what he said, everybody.
Yeah. I'm talking about Michael Jordan.
No, I'm with you. But now let's go into, we got the Larry Birds of the world, Kevin McHale's, Robert Parrish.
Yeah.
Right? Because now we're talking about those guys can score, but how are they going to defend the modern NBA, right? The high pick and roll, all the centers who could shoot the threes. I mean, who's guarding
the Nikola Jokic?
Yeah.
Those guys.
Who's going to guard them?
That's a very good point.
Come on, man.
I think when it comes to scoring, there's no question about it.
Yep.
The only difference is when it comes to defense, though. And you're right. Like, if we talk about the Kevin Durant's, these tall, athletic players, who's guarding them? It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. But what I'm trying to say is, it's hard to compare different eras, right? But then if you bring in these players from the 80s, for example, in today's NBA, straight up, of course, they can't compete right away. It takes time. So for me, it's all about, we got to mix up first, trainings and all that stuff. So that's my take on it. Because if you think that Larry Bird was born, let's say 25 years ago.
Right.
Don't you think he's going to be as athletic as these guys today? Of course he will, because you got to cope up with the technology, the training, the science behind basketball.
Well, I think other things too are just the rules as well too, right? In the 80s and 90s, a lot of physicality, a lot of everything else.
Yeah.
Now it's free flowing. I mean, we see high scoring games now.
Yeah.
If those guys played now, we're talking about maybe 160, 170.
That's true.
No one's playing defense. I mean, Jokic, I love him. He's not playing defense.
That's true. Right? There's also this argument going on. They were saying, LeBron can only do LeBron things today because there's no defense. It's not physical. What if LeBron played in the 80s? He going to get killed or this and that. But I beg to disagree.
Now, but what about Patrick Ewing, the old school centers?
Lonzo
post
Mourning,
up. Yeah, they post up, be physical.
Yeah.
Because now these bigs aren't as big. They don't have the shoulders. They don't have the strength.
There's no muscle, man.
How are they going to compete against those guys?
In today's NBA?
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to crush everybody.
Right.
Lonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo, Patrick Ewing, who else? The great centers back in the day. Back to basket, I think they would just dominate the paint. I mean, as much as, we got centers who are taking threes and all that stuff, you're going to have some wing defenders guaranteed. But nowadays, there's no true center anymore. Everybody's like a stretch 4, stretch 5, taking threes. You know, I mean, we love 3 points.
Right.
But it's taken the art of the big man game,
Yep.
the hook shots, the Shaq moves, you know, the spin moves and dunk, and we miss those games.
No, they're all gone. I mean, the evolution of three-point shot, right, with Steph Curry, with all these other players, right? The range is longer. I mean, longer. The court is a little wider and everything else. I think, but to your point, it's hard to compare the different things. I would, though, when you look at the old school NBA, we had guys like Buck Williams, Ben Wallace,
Ooh,
guys, right, who are rebounders but couldn't score.
Dennis Rodman,
right? They had a motor, which I don't know how many NBA guys have motors as well too in today. But I mean, when you compare all of them, I'm still going to push back. I don't know how well they're going to do. They were athletic, they were strong. It's a different type of game than it is today.
You know, I think, you know who's going to benefit the game of the NBA today? Old school point guards. Magic Johnson, Jason Kidd. We can even say Steve Nash, for example.
Oh, yeah. Stockton. I think he
John Stockton. You know, these guys, even Garrett Payton, or even, I forgot his name from Boston Celtics, Tiny Archibald.
Wow.
These guys would benefit
How old
today.
do you think our viewers are, man?
Nate Tiny Archibald, old school. I'm talking about 80s here, even 70s. These guys would benefit today more because they're pass first point guards.
Right.
So today, if you got like 4 guys shooting threes, you got more chances of like doing an assist. So imagine Magic Johnson, Stockton, these guys, maybe they could have just doubled their assist numbers of today.
Right.
You know, so.
Well, listen, man, we could debate this all day
Different
long.
eras, you know.
Listen, make sure you comment. Tell us we're crazy. Tell us we're not crazy. We want to hear who you believe will play well in today's NBA.
Comment down below. We'll see you next time.